Hello, we're back with the Higher Self free human design guide um, for daily lessons and insights into your human design to know yourself, stand in your power, and create peace and harmony and flow in your life. Woohoo! My name is Heather, and I won't do a full introduction because you probably heard it before. Um, But we are going to talk today about the channels. The channels. So we have the gates that open to allow flow in, and if the energy doesn't get to go all the way through the gate, then it stops, right? And so there's two gates to every channel, and they're connecting two centers together. And there's 36 of these guys. So we have 36 channels in total. And I believe the most channels that one person can have in their design is 9, of which I have many. I have 9. It is a lot. And the general idea is for you to focus on the channels that you may have in your incarnation cross, since that makes up most of our energy anyway. That could be a good place to start to investigate from the beginning. What's up with the channels? Okay, so the channels are like the divine flow of our energy system. It's like the backbone. It's like the structure. It's like the foundation of our energy system, of our design that's being pulsed out into the field. It's like reliable, consistent, dependable. It may be a lower expression if it's on our design side. It may be, for us to discover about ourselves. Other people might recognize it, or it might be like kind of a shadow expression and conditioned. But the gifts of the channels are really what we can rely on and what we should focus our energy on, because it's our gifts. They're gifts that we're here to share with the world. It's our nature. And we don't have to work hard at it. We actually have to work on uncovering and sort of polishing ourselves and discovering what's us and what's not us. But once we have a grasp on how the energy is flowing through us naturally, so it's kind of like, the expression, the blueprint, the divine blueprint of a grasshopper is way different than a frog. And we wouldn't want to create a frog, wouldn't want to be a grasshopper if it's got the structural design, the blueprint for the frog. So we wouldn't want to try to force the energy to flow in other ways, right? So it's like working against ourselves. And we shouldn't try to like make ourselves a cricket or a grasshopper when we're already a frog. Let's just revel in our natural design expression. So it's not that we can't experience the other channels. For instance, when we get connected to someone who has the other opposite end, the gate. For instance, look at my chart. If I come across somebody with the gate 62 in the throat center, I'm going to have that experience of that channel, the 1762, to feel the flavor of how that shows up in my life and have access to that. The other example, or the other time that this might show up for us, is if the transits are moving through that gate. So if the transits are highlighting the gate 62, I could have the experience of like being in relationship with someone who has the 1762. I don't have all the channels memorized. They're there for you. Look them up. I'm having trouble just remembering my own. So, and there are ways to navigate your channels so that you can have the highest expression of them, right? So there's some practices of self-care or discovering, the shadow aspects of our channels that might get projected. And just by setting our intention, we're going to activate the process for pulling, using our magnetic monopole in our G center to pull us towards those people and experiences that are going to help us light up to the max. Okay. So, um, now that we've gone through that, we can see that there are black channels and there are red channels. We have the black, which is the conscious channels that we know the things that the characteristics that we're comfortable with, we're good at, we're reliable. We know these things about ourselves. And the red are the things that we're discovering about ourselves, or the things that show up for us that other people may recognize, and we're just getting to know ourselves even more deeply so that we can create that reliability. There are different types of channels that we're going to talk about here. But of your 36 channels, please go ahead and look into them yourselves. There are plenty of resources online to figure out what all of them, the, the, the archetype, the energy that runs through them are available for you. I'm not going to run through them all. That's really boring. So, there are specific types of energy that I wanted to highlight because if you have them, you may recognize them, and you just by knowing what their purpose is will help us to embrace them even more and understand the energy when it happens to us. So this is the format channels. 3. They come from the root to the sacral center. So this is about the pressurized root center pulsing signals into the sacral, which is the generator energy, right? This is the life force energy. And so the root's going to pulse and turn on like a button, is going to pulse this energy into the sacral center to activate the energy for the individual channels and the collective channels, so that creation gets a going, and we're going to start things, and we're going to have the energy to see them through and until the end, until the next pulse of energy comes in. So these are the constant sending, time to act, time to act, time to act, time to act. So the energy from these channels is giving the pulsed energy to start things and see them through for our generator types. And if you're another type that doesn't have the defined sacral center, as you can see, the channels are going to always be activated between defined centers. So if you have 2 defined centers, you will definitely have a channel between the 2. And that's what activates undefined centers, is if your 2 centers of 2 people have hanging gates and they connect. So for instance, if somebody had the 52 and somebody had the 9, they're going to have the expression of that channel when they get together in their energy field, the combination of that. It's a possibility. It's not a definite. So this is the format channels. These are. Here we have the tantric channels. There's 3 of them, as you can see. This is the energy to activate, right? This is the motor energy of the sacral center that is sending energy directly to the G center, directly to the higher self, directly to the creative divine energy that's pulling us forward in the direction of our higher self. So this is an energy of surrender to God, surrender to our higher self, surrender to the divine, and allow the divine to guide the way. Allow the divine to take us to the people and the places and the experiences that we love, that are for us, to light us up and to connect us to our enlightened sense of who we are. The projected channels, which there are many, are energy channels, the expression of projected energy of wisdom and guidance to offer people. So just like a projector, these expressions, if you have these channels in your design, are not meant to be expressed or utilized until you've been recognized and invited to share. So this was very enlightening to me because I have many of these projected channels, And I'm going to pay a lot of attention now to when um, I feel like I've been recognized or I've been invited to share about the wisdom that I hold in these channels. And these channels, I have many of these channels, which we can go back and I'll show you. The shape is different, but the 34, the 3420, the 3457, the, let's see, the 3410, I have the 19 to 49, the 30 to 41. All of these are projected channels. And I am not meant to share my wisdom and guidance until I am invited and recognized for this wisdom. So this is really important for me to know because I act like a projector in these channels. So if you have them, just know in particular that you're going to be needing to respond like a projector in these instances, even if you're not a projector. All right. And then the last type of channel we have are generated channels. These are just like they say, they're generated energies. It also includes the format channels that we said in the beginning down here from the root to the sacral center. But the energy of these is about pulsing the energy of the life force to do things, to build things, to work, to create. This is the creative center generating life force energy for the planet, and to activate the life force energy and those that they are activating, those undefined sacral centers of the projector and the manifester, to communicate and to fuel the field with our energy so that we can do work and we can create. So when we are lit up by the things that we're doing because we've responded to our sacral center and we're listening to our inner authority, we're going to have the juice. We're not going to burn out because we're going to be responding according to our design, and the life force energy will flow like a river, and we will be lit up by what we're doing, and it won't feel like work. So there you have it. Hope this helps you understand some of the nuances of the channels, and helps you get more familiar with the human design principles and themes and basics and things. You'll be ready to go when you're ready to have a personal reading. I wanted to just let you know what I do with human design since this is a short video. I've been investigating human design ever since it was introduced to me in 2011 or so. So it's been about 10 years. Off and on, I've been reflecting and recognizing some of my habits that have kept me from listening to my inner authority, and the conditioning was really strong to prevent me from doing this. So I'm one of those ones that don't really do well with waiting to respond, and having to learn to use my voice to inform people for sure about what I'm up to, and then allowing creation to get created through me. Because if you're a generator type, which is 60-70% of the population, your auric field is very inviting, and people will be attracted to you because you're designed to be that way. People feel good around you. They feel energized around you because your energy, if you're lit up by what you're doing, is going to be attractive. So this can be also a place where we can be activating conditioning and opportunities for us to learn how to really honor our boundaries. So I had needed to create some type of structure for my casework in my PhD for integrative medicine, and I wanted to look at the healing effects of using sound in the form of light language or what has been called speaking in tongues in the past, or if you're familiar with the DSM-3 or whatever number DSM they're on, glossolalia is what it's called. Um, and it has been proven that it's not pathologic. So I just wanted to look at the ability to use light language as a source for creating awareness, to create new possibilities to be integrated and acted upon. And so, in effect, giving people access to new ways of being that are in alignment, and they can reduce stress and increase their happiness and their well-being. And so I use this as part of my thesis work, which was really amazing and enlightening. And the thesis is based on the premise that sound, when it's coming from a altered state of consciousness, and was set upon with a positive intention, that the sound will vibrate the molecular structures of the being's consciousness and allow micro wormholes to be activated to open up consciousness to a higher level of thinking and experiencing. So some of the things that I was able to experience in these sessions was people feeling stuck or blocked, or physical sensations or discomfort or pain and suffering, certain areas of their life where they were holding conditioning in their body and not having access to it. But with our shared consciousness and with the activation of the light language, we were able to uncover past lives or limiting beliefs or conditioning that happened somewhere in their early life that was collapsing this expression of their energy through these gates and channels and centers that were causing them to have an experience of they're not self. They're not self. They're living in from their conditioned self, and gave them opportunities to choose differently. And we are also able to make connections to their truth, that their inner authority, and to help them to start to learn to listen and make decisions based upon their inner authority. So that's a little bit about me. I haven't finished writing up my thesis yet. I'm in the process, and really excited because now I can share this practice of combining human design, the wisdom, and the structures, and the tools and the foundation to guide the sound for a reading or for specific coaching, you to learn how to embody the gifts of the cities expression of your gates and your channels for amazing outcomes and new ways of being that you wouldn't have been able to access, or maybe it would have taken you a lot longer, but literally kind of catapulting you into fulfilling on your hopes and your dreams and all of your desires that had been previously been blocked by doubt or fears. So I welcome you to investigate more, get in touch with me if you're interested in a reading, and I'm putting together a 3-month group coaching. It's called Pathway to Prosperity, and that hasn't launched yet, but I'm really excited to share that with you as we put it together, and I will share with you more as that becomes created. So thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.